Hi YouTube, welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. So we got an interesting servo here. I've had these on channel before. Be interesting to see how this one stacks up. But we've got a DMOND DBS5084V. It's a 50 kilogram servo. Speed's meant to be 0.09. It's brushless, IP68. It'll run up to 8.4 volt. This has been sent by Superior Hobby. So big shout out to them guys. I'll put link in description below. And let's get in for a close-up look and see what the performance is like compared to what the claims are. So it's from Superior Hobby. You do get some nice stickers with them if you buy it from them. We've got the case with the specs. So the specs on this one, if we go through it, we've got 50 kilograms of torque. It does say 0.08 seconds speed, but it says 0.09 on servo. 8.4 volt brushless, IP68 waterproof. Voltage 4.8 to 8.4 volt. Operating speed over 60 degrees, so at 6 volt 0.11, 7.4 volt 0.1, 8.4 volt 0.09, and the stall torque, so as 50 kilogram one is 8.4 volt or 695 ounce inch. 7.4 should give 48 kilograms or 667 ounce inch of torque, and 6 volt should be 45 kilograms and 625 ounce inch of torque. We've got a few other little bits here, so aluminium case, stainless steel gear, ball bearings, and 26 gauge wire. So the one thing I will say straight away, I do like these boxes because they're a bit bigger than some other servo boxes, and they're useful for keeping stuff in when you've not got a servo living in them. So we do get a bunch of little plastic bits, which is a little strange for a 50 kilogram servo, but we do get a bunch of plastic servo arms. They are 25 tooth splines. We get one screw for fastening a servo arm down. So you get one little sort of Phillips head screw. And we got these weird little things that I don't know anybody that ever uses them. And we do get the rubber mounts. These are optional. Sometimes I've used them, sometimes I haven't. But as actual servo itself, let's have a good look. So we got the ketchup and mustard style cable. So not the black cable like a lot of the more expensive servos have. But bearing in mind, these are less than £40 delivered to UK. So yeah, I'll let them off with that. Does look nice and chunky. I quite like the colour. I quite like the chamfered edges. I like the design. It's an interesting looking servo. The colour, kind of thinking this would go well with one of the Creighton EXBs or one of the other Armour range. 50 kilograms of torque. It's kind of aimed at sort of your bashers, crawlers. But we have the hex head screws on the bottom and the top, and we got a fairly generous cable length. I think it'll fit in most RCs, but that's not what we're here for. Let's get us torture rig set up, and we'll see how close to spec these things are. So we got it all set up on the test rig. We're at 5.89 volt. So the advertised specs say 45 kilograms of torque at 6 volt. Well, we're below 6 volt. So let's see what we get. So we'll clear it all down. So we got an average of 41 kilograms of torque, but I did notice all the way through it was mega consistent. And if we look, we're peaking at nearly 6 amps, so you're going to need a good BEC for this one. But we are 0.2 of a volt down, but we're still getting 41 kilograms of torque. Servo's absolutely stone cold, so yeah, we're 4 kilograms of torque off, but we're also 0.2 of a volt off. Not anything that would really concern me. Now let's up his voltage. So we got 7.34 volt showing on the BEC, 7.2 volt showing from the board. So again, 0.2 of a volt down, but we should be getting 48 kilograms of torque, it says, at this voltage. So let's see how accurate we are. So we averaged 47. We are 0.2 of a volt down. I did see as we got further in, we started it in just over 48 kilograms of torque. So I would say it's bang on the spec. What I do find with a lot of servos, because this BEC is low on voltage, I don't understand why, because I've tried it off different batteries and everything. It's just how it is. But what I've noticed is with a lot of these servos, especially when they're designed to run up to 8.4 volt, once you drop below 6 volt, the kilograms of torque falls off. If you're looking at something like this, you're probably going to be running it 7.4 or 8.4 volt anyway. But what we do see is as we go up the voltages, we get very much closer to the actual specs at servos. So nothing stands out as a concern on me on this at the moment, and still stone cold and peaking at 7.2 amp. So let's carry on upping the voltage. So we've got 8.2 at the BEC, 8.1 when we're coming out into the servo controller. So let's reset it and see how close we get to 50 kilograms of torque. And we've got an average of 51.6, and we are slightly down on voltage. No heat whatsoever. I'm really hoping this servo is what it's advertised as, because that's literally the only thing that could fault this. I mean, at less than £40, a really nice looking servo. Performance is brilliant. The temperature's down on it. The performance is what's advertised. And we're peaking out at like 7.6 volt. But up to now, it's looking like a really good servo. Really hoping that they're not going to disappoint me at the next part. So, let's have a look. Drop power off because I don't want to damage this. So it is advertised as a waterproof brushless. I'm not seeing any rubber seals on the screws, but they don't have to be. It's just some companies tend to do it because of the way the O-ring runs inside. There is other ways you can make them waterproof. You can use conformal coating, so it doesn't matter if water gets in there. Let's see. So, we do have a heat pad to help transfer the heat. Now, let's see We should have enough light here. I am seeing 3 poles. I am seeing the FETs to run a brushless servo, and we do have this little O-ring. And as I was about to explain, when the O-ring runs on the inside of the screws, you then don't need the O-rings on the screws. So yep, can't fault any way that this is made. Like the extra pad, it will help transfer a little bit of heat, but it'll also soak a bit of vibration up. And wasn't awkward to remove this bottom. And again, we have got the design where as screws pass straight through just the base, so it's not like the sort of older design of servos, if you like, where if you're trying to replace any of the gears or anything, you've got to remove the screws at bottom, and then you end up having to take the entire servo apart. The way that this is built is like how we're seeing quite a few of the more modern servos, where if you want to get to the gears, you just need to go to actual top. So let's get it unattached from here and show you the speed we get on different voltages. Right, here we go, it's speed testing. So at 5.8 volt, not particularly fast, but I wouldn't advise running such a powerful servo at 5.8 volt, but it's also not dog slow. So let's slightly up our voltage. So we got 7.3 volt. Now you're starting to see more of sort of what performance this servo is capable of. It's not a particularly slow servo. Also, the amount of kilograms of torque this has got, you can run the servo arm further away, so it'll give you more travel. Not a particularly noisy servo either. Did surprise me on the testing. So if you were putting this in a rock crawler, it'd be quite pleasant to use. And this is at 8.4 volt. Very responsive. And I think if you're looking for this kind of powered servo, 8.4 volt is probably where I'd want to be. But certainly running it at that sort of voltage, that's going to give you plenty of control on a basher. So if you're running it in like a 3S basher, 4S, 6S, 8S, you're definitely going to have the power as long as your BEC's up to it. To be safe, I'd want a BEC that could easily cope with sort of maybe 8 amp, an 8.4 volt, or get yourself a separate BEC. I mean, these are 10 amp, 20 amp max, so really wouldn't bother it. And you just wire them straight off at main battery and they drop your voltage for your servos. But yeah, it's I got to hand it to them. For less than £40 delivered to UK, the DMOND DBS5084V, I'd say it's quick enough. Extremely cool. Under load, it's quiet. And it's got stainless steel gears. It's got a waterproof rating. It is exactly or just over the performance it's advertised as long as you run it at correct volts. It's definitely not going to move when it shouldn't. Not massively a fan of any of the plastic arms, but if you're buying a 50 kilogram servo, you're going to have a proper servo saver and some proper metal arms anyway. And it is nice when you get the metal arms with the servos, but they don't always fit on the RC that you're wanting to put it in. And I can definitely see why at the price point they're trying to hit with these, it kind of just wouldn't make sense to charge more to give you an arm that may not fit on your car. So yeah, quite impressed with this. As I say, this one was supplied by superiorhobby.cn, and it's a DMOND servo. Not really much more I can say about it. They seem to have learnt from the errors of the past. It's exactly what it's advertised, or slightly higher. So yeah, I don't think I'd have any issues recommending this, and at less than 40 quid, if you decide to go full on Kevin Talbot on a skate park and you break it, it's only 40 quid. You've not destroyed a £100 odd pound servo. So let's wrap this one up. So yeah, if you've got a Basher RC like the Creighton or something like that, really nice colour match for the EXB stuff. And like I say, if you want to go full Kev Talbot on a skate park and smash your RC up, it's only 40 quid if you destroy gears. I'm not sure if you can actually buy the gears on these separate as well. They're non-programmable like some of the more expensive ones, but yeah, for me, the DMOND DBS5084V from Superior Hobby, it's what it says it is and a little more, and it's less than 40 quid. So yeah, I think they've redeemed themselves with this one. It says it's brushless, and it is. It says it's 50 kilogram and it's just over. It looks quick enough. But yeah, if you're interested in this, I'll leave description below. But thanks again for watching Wtf Rc Cars. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Share to friends and family. And catch you guys again in the next one. I wish they'd quit with that lawnmower.